Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Las Vegas City Hall Council Chambers. To all of you in the audience with us, and to all of you watching live on television here in Las Vegas, around the world on the internet, or following the proceedings on social media with the hashtag #NewUSCitizen, thank you so much for joining us. My name is David Riggleman. I'm the Communications Director for the City of Las Vegas, and what you're about to see is really the culmination of a very long journey. These 175 people, all born in 45 other countries, have legally completed the naturalization process and will be sworn in as brand new United States citizens. I think that deserves a round of applause. You know, this ceremony really takes place all across the United States every week. In fact, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, legally naturalizes more than 500,000 people every year, thousands right here in Las Vegas. Now, the reason this ceremony is taking place here at City Hall is because it coincides with an initiative we have here at the city called Celebrate America Month. It's a time where we pause to honor this great nation of ours. And we take it seriously around here, so much so that one of our city council members has joined us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome City Councilman Stavros Anthony. Also with us today, someone very important to all of you from the USCIS is the Field Office Director, Ms. Jeannie Kent. You may not know it, but this is really a unique federal court proceeding, and like all court proceedings, it will be presided over by a judge. In our case, it'll be the Honorable Lloyd D. George. He'll be introduced by the Deputy Clerk of the Court, Denise Saavedra, in just a moment. But before I turn it over to Denise, I'd like to say on behalf of all of us at the City of Las Vegas, we are very proud to be hosting this ceremony for the 11th year in a row, and honored, very honored, to welcome all of you as our fellow United States citizens. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And with that, I'll turn it over to the Deputy Clerk of the Court, Ms. Denise Saavedra. Denise?
This is the United States District Court for the District of Nevada, the Honorable Lloyd D. George presiding.
Meeting. Can you hear me? Go ahead and be seated. Is Lee going to sing now? Oh, I'm sorry. We're delighted to have the United States Air Force Color Guard here, and they will now make a presentation of the colors. Will all of you stand, please?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Be seated, please. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the privilege to hear Jeannie Kent make a presentation of the candidates. I think we have a good many new citizens, and we're grateful for you. If you'll go ahead, Jeannie.
Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Today, present before the court are 176 applicants. All of these individuals have been examined by an officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services within the Department of Homeland Security and have been found to have met the requirements of residency, good moral character, and attachment to the principles of the United States Constitution. The applications have been processed under the administrative naturalization procedure and have been granted. Therefore, under the law, they are entitled to be naturalized. If I may, Your Honor, I would like to introduce the candidates to the court at this time. As I call your country of citizenship, will you please stand and remain standing? Argentina. Please stand and remain standing. Belgium. Belize. Bosnia, Herzegovina. Brazil. Bulgaria. Canada. Chile. China. Costa Rica. Cuba. El Salvador. Eritrea. Ethiopia. France. Algeria. Micronesia. Germany. Guatemala. Honduras. Hungary. India, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Italy, Japan, Laos, Mexico, Morocco, Nicaragua, Panama, Philippines, Poland, Romania, Russia, South Korea, Slovakia, Thailand, Turkmenistan, United Kingdom, Ukraine, Uruguay, Vietnam. Hope I got everyone. Okay, with pleasure, Your Honor. The government of the United States respectfully requests that the oath of allegiance be administered to the candidates at this time, and any prayer for a change of name be granted. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And we will now impose on Denise to administer the oath of allegiance.
Will those to be naturalized please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. Congratulations.
I'm delighted to grant an order making all of you citizens of the United States, and I'm very grateful that you have chosen to become Americans. Thank you so much. Go ahead and be seated now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will hear from Terry Rubenstein, who's from the Daughters of the American Revolution, and she will make a historical presentation.
Thank you, Your Honor. The founders of the Daughters of the American Revolution in 1890 sought to create an organization that would perpetuate the memory and spirit of the women and men who achieved American independence. As our ancestors were also new to this country, we welcome each of you today. For over 125 years, we've been active in promoting historic preservation, education, and patriotism. We would like to share with you a statement written in 1917 by William Tyler Page, The American's Creed. I believe in the United States of America as a government of the people, by the people, for the people, whose just powers are derived from the consent of the governed, a democracy and a republic, a sovereign nation of many sovereign states, a perfect union, one and inseparable, established upon these principles of freedom, equality, justice, and humanity, for which American patriots sacrificed their lives and fortunes. I therefore believe it is my duty to my country to love it, to support its Constitution, to obey its laws, to respect its flag, and to defend it against all enemies. On behalf of the Daughters of the American Revolution, we welcome each of you to citizenship today to the United States of America. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Terry, for that insightful presentation. And now we will hear from Wayne Leroy from the Elks, and he will make a presentation about our flag.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, the greatest thing about being in this position at the podium is that I can look out at each and every one of you and see miles and miles and miles of smiles. And that's wonderful, believe me. I would like to suggest to you how you can hold a mirror up for yourself and see that same smile reflected to you time and time and time again. Throughout our communities, there are dozens of organizations that need help of 1 to 2 hours a week doing something that I'm sure each and every one of you would have the capability of doing, whatever that may be. Because I would guarantee you that if you spent just 1 to 2 hours a week doing something for someone else, whether if that's hearing a child reading to you, holding the hand of a senior in a nursing home, whatever that may be, you will see that same smile on their faces that I can see on yours today. And I guarantee that will happen, so try it. Key to that belief is the pride that all of us as Americans have for the symbol of our country, its flag. Now it's your flag. Are you proud of it? Yes. Wait, do you see that, Judge? I would like to share with you a little history and some heartfelt symbolism about the flag of the United States of America. I was born on June 14th, 1777. I am more than just cloth shaped into a design. I am the refuge of the world's oppressed people. I am the silent sentinel of freedom. I am the emblem of the greatest sovereign nation on earth. My red stripes symbolize the blood that was spilled in defense of this glorious nation. My white stripes signify the tears that have been shed by Americans who have lost their sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. My blue field is indicative of God's heaven under which I fly. My stars, clustered together, unify 50 states as one for God and for country. On behalf of the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks, we are confident that you will achieve all of your wishes, your hopes, and your dreams. Congratulations on becoming a citizen of the United States of America.
Thank you so much, Wayne. And now, Denise, if all of you will stand, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. And now we will hear a recording from the President of our country, followed by the singing of America the Beautiful.
It's an honor and a privilege to call you a fellow citizen of the United States of America. This is now officially your country, your home to protect, to defend, and to serve through active and engaged citizenship. Together, we are a nation united not by any one culture or ethnicity or ideology, but by the principles of opportunity, equality, and liberty that are enshrined in our founding documents. Today marks a very special day in your life. You've traveled a long path to get here. You've sworn a solemn oath to this country, and now you have all the rights of citizenship. With the privileges of citizenship, though, come great responsibilities. And so I ask that you use your freedoms and your talents to contribute to the good of our nation and the world. Always remember that in America, no dream is impossible. Like the millions of immigrants who have come before you, you have the opportunity to enrich this country through your contributions to civic society, business, culture, and your community. You can help write the next great chapter in our American story. And together we can keep the beacon that is America burning bright for all the world to see. I am proud to welcome you as a new citizen of this country. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I hereby declare I will support and defend
The Constitution and laws of the United States of America. And I take this obligation freely. So help me God.
Congratulations, you are all America's newest citizens.
Oh, beautiful, for heroes prove in liberating strife, who more than self their country love and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine till all success be nobleness and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed His grace on thee.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the privilege to hear from two of you. And the first speaker is formerly from Mexico, Josefina Maris Limones. If you'll come up and speak at the microphone, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hello and welcome everybody here. Proud to be a citizen. I made it. So very happy and thankful for this country. I came when I was 6 years old. My parents brought me very little, about 20 years ago. My dad used to take care of horses, would go by and, help my dad out. This country offered my parents shelter, work, and I'm very thankful for that. Now that I became a resident, I acquired of providing for my family, my kids, and now that I'm a U.S. citizen, I don't know where else is going to take me. I always dream of this time, and my little girls would always say, "Mommy, why aren't you a U.S. citizen like us?" And I would always say, "Hopefully one day I will, honey." And now that this day has come, I'm very proud, and I'm very happy that I came this far. And thank you to my managers at MGM Grand who helped me throughout the way, helped study in graveyard shift, my husband for always pushing me, and for this country for providing everything that I could ever dream of. Thank you so much, America.
And thank you so much. And now we'll hear from Osmani Vieira Rodriguez. He, incidentally, is from Cuba.
Hi, good morning. My name is Osmani Vieira. I'm from Cuba. Congratulations to all of you who become a U.S. citizen. Since I was a teenager, it was my dream to come to the United States. And in 2004, I joined a group called Havana Night who helped me to accomplish my dream. I went to Germany for 3 months, and finally I got the visa. I came to the United States on 2004, November, and since then, I've been so happy to be part of this community. And right now, I'm becoming a U.S. citizen. Has been a dream come true, and God bless you, America, and congratulations to all of you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it will be our privilege to hear from Councilman Anthony.
The long walk of silence. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Las Vegas City Hall. This is your building. This is the people's building. Normally, when we have this many people in our City Hall, we're talking about something very controversial, and we're going to have a big argument over something. But today, that's not the case. Today, this is a great day for all of you and this city and this nation. First of all, I want to thank the Honorable Lloyd George for being here this morning. Thank you. Give him a nice round of applause. Thank you very much. You know, when all of you were standing up, your countries were being called, I saw all of you and I saw myself, and I was looking around, and the program says there are 176 of you, and you come from 45 countries, beginning with Algeria and ending with Vietnam. But I'm sure all of you were looking around thinking the same thing. I mean, who are these people? Where did they come from? What are their stories? What are their backgrounds? Why are they here today? Why are they taking the oath of allegiance to the United States of America. And I'm sure every single one of you have a great story to tell, and I wish I could hear every single one of them because it's a great story that's brought you here today. I just want to tell you my story because it's probably similar to many of yours. My parents came here in the 1950s from the island of Cyprus. They were Greek Cypriots. My dad was a sheep herder. My mom was a farm girl. They had no opportunities in Cyprus. They were going to be sheep herders and farm girls the rest of their lives. Their kids were probably going to do that. Their circle of poverty and opportunity, a lack of opportunity, was going to continue. And they decided that that was not going to be the case. They decided to come here to this country to become American citizens. And you can say that they came here to better themselves. My dad came here to started out as a potato peeler. My mom ended up raising 3 kids. She still thinks she's raising me as of today, and I'm 59 years old. She still tells me what to do. But they wanted to better their own lives. They had the typical American dream. They bought a home. They raised 3 kids. My dad became an executive chef for a major country club in the city of Detroit. My mom just raised the 3 of us, but that's not why they came here. They came here for their kids and for their grandkids. That's the reason they came here. They wanted to make sure that their kids became better than they were. And little did they know that their son would eventually retire from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department as a captain after 29 years and be a member of the Las Vegas City Council. That was not going to happen in Cyprus. But that was going to happen here to their kids. And that's why they came here, and that's why they worked hard to make sure that their kids had a better life. So that's probably the reason why many of you are here today. But there's even a bigger reason for why you came to this particular country. And that is because we are one nation under God. We are a blessed country. According to the Declaration of Independence, we have the right to life, the right to liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We don't have to be stuck in a particular class. We can work hard to build the American dream. And we have freedoms in this country that you do not find anywhere else. We have the freedom to speak your mind here in the United States of America. We have the freedom to practice our religion or not practice a religion here. We have access to a free press so we can make sound decisions. We have the right to peaceably assemble. We have the right to own a firearm. And we have the right to due process that judges like the Honorable Lloyd George are there to protect. And according to Thomas Jefferson, in this new country, men may be trusted to govern themselves without a master. That's what this country is all about. We are here to be able to govern ourselves, and we value equal justice, equal rights, and equal opportunities. And that's why my parents came here 60 years ago, and that is why all of you, I believe, are becoming United States citizens. You today are going to embark on the great American journey, the great American dream. And even though you are United States citizens, I don't want you to forget your stories, your songs, your dances, your food. We have some great Greek restaurants in this town. I'm very proud of that. Don't forget your heritage, but now you've taken an oath of office to become American citizens. And you're not only doing it in this country, but you're doing it in the great city of Las Vegas, where anybody can be Elvis Presley. You can work in Paris, you can work in Rome, you can work at the Venetian, in Venice, or you can open up your own business. So I want to thank you all for the hard work that you put in and your dedication to becoming United States citizens. I want to welcome you as my fellow United States citizens. Wish you the best of luck. God bless all of you. God bless the state of Nevada, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilman. We're grateful for the service that is rendered to this community by the mayor and his council. This building is beautiful, and it's a compliment to all who have participated in its development. I really appreciated, Councilman, in your remarks, and was grateful indeed for the great service that all of you render to this wonderful city. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to listen to an old man. And I'm delighted to have the privilege of speaking to you. Several years ago, I was driving while returning to Las Vegas. The sun was setting, and I was struck by the spectacular variations of color in the rocks and landscape. The reds, grays, and browns accented by the living green. The beauty of that moment still holds a special place in my mind today. Just as the wonderful characteristics of light highlighted nature's splendor, so too does the United States of America owe its rich and greatness to the light of its marvelous citizens. Each of the new citizens today brings with him or her a tradition, a set of values, and a wonderful worldview that illuminates not only their way, but enlightens all of us, and we're grateful for that. As new citizens, you should cultivate and preserve the worthy aspects of the heritage and traditions you bring with you, and use them to elevate our society. The motto of the United States, as perhaps most of you or all of you know, is E pluribus unum. Translated into English, it means from many, one. Indeed, this nation is one from many nations and cultures. But in the end, though we are many, we're after all citizens of the United States. And while we draw upon our separate and different backgrounds and cultures, we are one in this nation. I want to tell you that virtually all of us are immigrants. My origins come from mostly England, and we look to you to furnish the personal and moral fiber that will continue to strengthen this nation. Let me give you just a few examples of some of the many marvelous immigrants who have contributed to making this great nation what it is. Albert Einstein, who most of you have heard of, became a citizen in the 1940s. Our former Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright, was born in Czechoslovakia in 1937 and moved with her family to the United States in 1948. Our former Supreme Court Justice, Felix Frankfurter, was born in Vienna, Austria in 1982 and moved with his family to the United States in 1894. That's just an example of a few, and what has enriched this country so much by what you bring and share with us. My mother told me when I was quite young that no quality of character was more despicable than ingratitude. As you new citizens begin your future lives, I hope we remember the debt that we owe to the past. There's little that we do in our lives that is not linked to the labors and sacrifices of those who have gone before us. Each time we get into a car or turn on a light, we become indebted to human ingenuity. Each time we sit down to a meal, we're indebted to the labors of the farmer. And each time we enjoy the freedoms available in our society, we become indebted to the courage and insight of our founding fathers and the sacrifices, often the ultimate sacrifice, of those who've defended the principles upon which this marvelous country is built. I had a marvelous friend whose name was Hugh Richens, who is now deceased. Hugh served in World War II for the United States as a member of a tank crew. During a battle, Hugh's tank was hit by enemy fire, which killed all of the crew members except Hugh. The enemy projectile, however, severed Hugh's spine, and from that day forward, he lived his life in a wheelchair. Hugh Richens lived a great life. He married and had an outstanding family and many friends. Each time I saw Hugh, which was about once a week, I would often tell him, "Thank you for how much you have given to our country." When I was much younger, I graduated in the Air Force as a fighter pilot, and I loved that experience. I was delighted and honored to serve in the military. But let me remind you that there are many ways that American citizens can serve our country, not just in the military. Seek for ways to support and strengthen the institutions of our government, our communities, religions, and our fellow men. Let me remind you, when you took the naturalization oath, and maybe you can take time to read it again after, you will remember that you did not swear allegiance to a country, to an office, to a cause, or a person, but you swore to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. That's because the Constitution derives its authority not from one, but from the many. Its force is found each day in the ability of the individual citizens to find perspective in both the internal and external activities. Internally, by finding strength in the personal, moral values, interests, backgrounds, and traditions that each citizen brings to our wonderful union. Externally, by finding a way to understand differences of opinions and interests and compromise for the good of our nation. That's what the framers did when they constructed the Constitution to reflect the highest degree of balance and responsibility to the individual and to humanity. I'm going to close with a quotation by a great and intelligent person from a speech he gave at Stanford University. His name is Ted Koppel, and this is part of what he said. He said, "Aspire to decency, practice civility. What is great about our system of law and government is precisely its focus on the rights and obligations of the individual. There is in our system a touching faith in the power of one man, one woman, to make a difference. We will not change what's wrong with our culture through legislation or by choosing up sides on the basis of personal popularity or party affiliation. We will change it by small acts of courage and kindness, by recognizing each of us his or her own obligation to set a proper example. Aspire to decency, practice civility towards one another, admire and emulate ethical behavior wherever you find it. Apply a rigid standard of morality to our lives, and if periodically we fail, as surely we will, adjust our lives, not the standards. There's no mystery here. You know what to do. Now do it." Let me take a moment to express deep gratitude to the City Council and to the Mayor for allowing us to make this presentation in this beautiful building. Thanks as well to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service for what they have done. We're so grateful to all of you and look forward to the great accomplishments that you and your families will create to upgrade our marvelous country. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to present the naturalization certificates. Jeannie Kent, and I think several of us can line up, and we would like to shake your hand and congratulate you. Thank you so much.
All rise.
I'm going to mispronounce it. Good morning, my fellow Americans. So I have to warn you right away, there's 176 of you. I've never read your name before, so it's almost a guarantee that I'm going to mispronounce maybe one or two of them. So I apologize ahead of time, and I'll learn to try and do it better. But what we're going to do, Your Honor, if you come down, and Councilman Anthony, and we'll go through and pass out your certificate, and we're going to set up the flags off to the side, so if you'd like to take pictures after you're done, and we'll get started. So my first American citizen, Constancia Perón Marana. Asmani Vieira Rodriguez. Yahima Vieira Elias. Oops. Josefina Mares Limones. Congratulations. Jose Luis Lira Carmona. Bang Han Lu. Quyen Han Lu. Myra Darol Insong. Georgy Byalkov Minkov. That was the first one. Thomas Wolfgang Bohr. Okay. Masaru Watanabe. Betty Duke. Bebilie Saldaga Daniel. Jessica Emmeline Romero Jimenez. Shui Kao. Cecilia Jakewicz. Kader Shelef. It's not too bad. Oh, here's his name change. Here's his name change too. Okay. Anna Paulina Salazar. Joanna Dewey. Lorena Marisol Villacorta. Erica Valencia. Benilda Abedejo Santiago. Tránsito de Jesús Santos. Sofía Vananziete Lepau. Sorry. Anita Pascual Jimenez. Ben Ang Talion. Edgar Alberto Hernandez. Thank you. Habilo Arman. Habibolo. Okay, sorry. Denzel Olaf Guzman Piedra. Primitilia del Carmen Bentancourt Calix. Reynadette Luhalati Kison. Jason Cheng He. Oops, got a name change. Jorge Luis Medina Clausel. Flora Dado Saison. Gina Jung Choi. Savka Kovacic. Heodito Abregondo Nemenzo. That's the second one. Zenaida Monreal Nemenzo. Georgy Ivanov Karadevzov. Virig Andrea Jackson. Rosa Blanca Tinoco Voluntad. Naisan Yosef Goro. Parkjira Sion. Lily Darmawan. Olga Cerrone de Castro. Ali Bazargani. Jose Marcelino Cortes Zecua. Elena Bustamante. Harold Sacat Castro. Editha Diarit Salamant. Chima Hilofa. That's my third. Arnie De Leon Pedido. Oh, correct. Greg Williams. Thank you. I would have got that one wrong. David Quintanilla. All right. Oh. Fanway. Maria Marta Bonilla. Suresh Govindrajulu Bhushan. Thank you. Trace Bindu Chakalakal. Thank you. Kranti Viramachaneni. Dalmara Valdez Morales. Ermias Tekle. Is the name changed for that one? Leron Shankar. Hong Yun Zui? Zui? Okay. Joseph Novobaxi? Novobaxi. Okay. Marcin Martin Olszewski? Sion Tewolde. Dylan Dave Palmares de Leon. Annabelle Leon. Oops. These are sticking. Here's her certificate. Fadwa Gazolit, Guadalupe de la Cruz, Genevieve Materne McCormick. Oops, wait, we have a name change. That goes with that too. Thank you. Rotem Leah Kincaid. Amelia Nona Cruz Guevara. Mulugeta Yehun Zeleke. Elvira Violeta Gilman. Manaz Sene. Victor Manuel Bernal Vargas. Amandeep Kaur Dillon. Yanari Yolabeth Molina Pais. Alsu Jose Casagrande. Juan Carlos Romero Medrano. Crystal Shane Galera Tigayon. Jose Luis Bautista. Blanca Janet Guzman Leon. Rosanna Teodoro Hopkins. Alfredo Davalos Acevedo. Darwin David Fornos. Sonia Grijalvo Duarte. Reynaldo de los Reyes. Marlon Vizconde Perito. Alejandra Silva Martinez. Ana del Carmen Rosales Ramirez. That R in there. R. Sharon Perez. Jeffrey Santos. Adriana Peña Orozco. Ignacio Aguiar Garcia. Rodolfo Manzano Sadan. Ophelia Anicia Moran Tehran. John Michael Manalak Vasquez. Venugopal Varaman Chanayni. That's my third. Gracia Catherine Arnold. Myra Elizabeth Shaked. Esmeret Tewolde. Vieira Hill. Thank you. Leticia Valdez Doles. Ricardo Matos Duran. Cuba. Estefania Avila Martinez. Gladys Felipe Gonzalez de Burton. Mercedes Montserrat Ortega Limon. Eduardo Sanchez Cuello. Mona Joyce Nasir Tuk Tuk. Raymond Andre Samure. Okay, so Catherine Ann Samure. Whew. Canadian. Rita Alvarez de Villasenor, Senor. Johan Mario Pando Guerra. Atafon Pativate. Close enough, right? Sahar Melanie Saljugi. Oops. There we go. Juan Antonio Cisnero Murcia. Martin Gabriel Gonzalez Ortiz. Magali Baquedano. Oops. This goes with her suit. Oops, don't forget that. I'm sorry. Cecilia Paruli Sangil. Cindy Haki Zeng. Haki. Julio Cesar Oviedo Berrios. Rizel Abigail Melo Mendoza. Pravin Kumar Keshavalal Patel. David Manuel. I can get that one. Agnes Magdalena Kalokakse. Lunde Naite Siordia. Albina Ashran. Leticia Leonor Villalobos. J. Cruz Guzman Iniguez. Moran Maimon. Nikki Baroman. Maricel Munoz Gonzalez. Elizabeth Santiago Nahera. Haijin Kim. Luis Alberto Martinez Rivera. Cristina Sucio Villeju. Eric Rodney Nepomuceno Bantug. Martin Stoyanov Toromanov. Lira Safina. Thank you, sir. Evelia Valdiva Macias. Thank you, sir. Guadalupe Gonzalez Balandran. Congratulations. Camarina Banda Chavaria. Igor Sablin. Juan Carlos Meza Machado. Marta Portillo. Johan Nasol Saison. Jana Patricia Mari Dado Saison. Harshal Balkasan Desai. Chang Yi Miller. Hannah Karmishina Belza. Hemi Yarlene Nelson. Sorry. Nicholas Penalosa Acosta. Jesus Orozco Nunez. Ramel Torres Leandalar. Elpidio Espiritu Kailelung. Larny de la Peña Banahuel. Sergio Fernandez Carmona. Morena del Carmen Diaz. Juanita Ate Ortega. Oops, this goes with it. Thank you. Sean Veronica Pitts. Christina Bestek Chetnyaya. Kanitia Baum. Oscar Ferrer Jimenez. Julio Cesar Fernandez. Phoebe Barbarona de Carlos. Oops. This goes with it too. Fine, sorry. Maria Elena Gabalda. Ki Song An. Elvira Romero de Figueroa. Raquel Soto. Rebecca Mason Umali. Johnny Sithasak Polmufat. Yay! Thank you all. Thank you, Your Honor. Hey! What a great looking group of my fellow Americans. Again, if you want to take pictures over by the flag, but we are adjourned. Congratulations.